Mr Rudd's leadership, the need to sort that out, the fact that huge reform issues like carbon pricing were, in a mess, in a very big mess. So we went into that election in politically very, very difficult circumstances. Notwithstanding that, in the early part of that election campaign, the opinion polls, and I don't ordinarily refer to them, but as you know, during the weeks of an election campaign, we get a blizzard of them. And if people look at the opinion polls from 2010, and this accords with the Labor Party's own internal research, we were in a winning position in that campaign until the sabotage that knocked that campaign very, very solidly. Now I had to come out, actually it was here in Adelaide is my recollection, and deal with that sabotage of the campaign and get the campaign back up and going, pull myself and pull the team through so that we could create a government, and I did do that. I found it within myself to make sure that we continue to campaign for all of the Labor policies and programs we believe in, and then when confronted with a minority parliament, I got myself right in there and made sure that we delivered government, and we did. So it required some stoicism, but I think people who know me, and many people standing in this press pack too, people who know me with know stoicism and personal fortitude and a sense of calm under pressure is amongst my key attributes, and one of the reasons I can do this job.
This has been a very bitter struggle. You said that the ballot will hopefully provide a final decision. What guarantee can you give that there won't be more sabotage?
Well, you have to put that question to Kevin Rudd. I've made my view very clear. We'll take a last question here. Absolutely, I can rule that out 100%, 100%, and I can say this to you, feel free to ring any of your colleagues in the Federal Press Gallery and feel free to say to them, Julia Gillard absolves you of any obligation you might feel from off-the-record comments. Did she ever make a comment disloyal to you, disloyal to Kevin Rudd during the time she was Deputy Prime Minister? And to a person they will say no, because I never did. Now, I know this has been the subject of commentary in recent weeks. I want to be very clear about this. As the dysfunction in the government grew, I did everything I could, everything humanly possible to try and salvage the situation and to try and make sure that Kevin Rudd as Prime Minister and the government that he led functioned. I went to extraordinary lengths. Now, I'm not going to sit here and stand here and detail all of that, but it's very well known inside Labor the extraordinary lengths I went to as Deputy Prime Minister, holding the equivalent of 2 cabinet portfolios and then knocking myself out each and every day in things well beyond my own portfolio responsibilities, and going to organisational matters in Mr Rudd's office to try and get the government functioning. Increasingly senior bureaucrats and senior advisors came to me in the course of all of that chaos, as did my senior colleagues, because I became the touchstone, the person who had some prospect of going and getting things done during those days of dysfunction. I did that as a loyal deputy. I did it to the best of my ability, and it became clear to me very shortly before I asked Kevin Rudd for a leadership ballot that no matter what efforts I was prepared to put into it, it was not going to work, and that is why I asked him for a leadership ballot. I was doing everything I could as Deputy Prime Minister to get the government functioning, and I'm not. Well, I've just told you the truth. Yes. That's because I believed. Well, your question is internally inconsistent. Let me answer it. Well, I'll answer it. Thanks very much. If you stop talking, then I'll give you an answer. But I can't give you an answer if you keep talking. Your question is internally inconsistent. You are suggesting to me that somehow I either wasn't doing this work, or if I was doing this work, I should have been speaking about it. Well, it stands to reason that the work I was doing to get the government functioning was